on the Haus Labs Love for Sale eyeshadow palette. I've had this palette for a couple of days now and I've been dying to dig into it, so I'm going to finally do a first impressions on this today. I've been having a lot of new palettes come in. Let me just stab myself in the neck with the overlay in the palette. So the outer packaging is a little bit different than the inner packaging. It has a beautiful picture of Gaga on the actual box, and then the actual cover of the eyeshadow palette is a little bit more of like a artistic like graphic design, which I really like. And then when you open it up, it comes with this giant mirror and then 18 eyeshadows. So these are the 18 eyeshadows that we get in the Love for Sale palette. There are 8 mattes and 8 shimmers in this guy. So I want to do kind of like a kind of muted like pinky green look, but I want to use some of these like, you know, muted cool tone shades, maybe like this shade and then this one on the lid. So that's what I want to go for today. I already primed my eyes and everything. I do have to get ready to see my boyfriend, so I need to get ready. So we're just gonna jump right in. I don't know if that brush is exactly clean or if this brush is clean either. A lot of my brushes are just, I did just wash my eye brushes like 3 days ago and they're already like dirty as hell again because I've been using the Odin's eye brushes a lot. By the way, this is my first video with my new nail color, so I really like the brown. I usually always do like a brown shade when the fall rolls around. So I'm gonna start by going into the shade I've Got You Under My Skin, and I'm just gonna use that as like a cool toned base color because I don't want this look to be too pink. I just want to put just a little bit of a neutral shade in my crease area because we do have a lot of good like mattes in here. I just kind of wish she would have put like another shade to like match some of the shimmer shades in this palette because there are a lot of like light toned neutrals in here, and you know, she's always preaching that her brand will be inclusive and all that stuff, but I feel like there's a lot of shades in here that are too light for most darker skin tones to wear, so that's a little bit non-inclusive. So like some of the shades are just too light. I mean, there's only like 3 shades in here that are light. Pretty much all the other ones you could probably wear. But just keep that in mind if you were interested in this palette. Okay, so that shade blended out beautifully. I really love her matte formula. Her matte formula is where it's at for me. They're very soft pigmented eyeshadows and they just blend out so beautifully. Like I am barely putting any pressure in my crease and that blended out beautifully. So I really love how that one looks. So the next one that I'm going to go into is this shade right here. So I used I've Got You Under My Skin all in my crease, and now I'm going to use this shade, I've Got a Kick Out of You. I've got a kick out of you. So I'm going to use that to deepen up the crease. I have been loving this, oh my god, where is it? This Odin's eye brush. It's so freaking good to define the crease with. So I'm going to take that and just throw it in my defining area. Definitely need more of that. Get it more pigmented. Yeah, that's better. So I mostly picked up this palette because one, I do collect her eyeshadow palettes. I didn't pick up the quads because I am not a quads person, but I usually pick up every like 8 or 12 or 15 or 18 pan that she would come out with. I probably will collect them all. But she has not come out with an eyeshadow palette since the Stupid Love palette when Chromatica came out, and that was like a year ago, like more than a year ago. So she But she did come out with the quads in between that. But I just feel like, I mean, I do kind of like that she's a little bit slower with releases because then she's not oversaturating her brand or the market with like always pushing out products. But it's like, she is a celebrity brand. You would kind of expect her to push out products a little bit faster in order to keep up with the trends, because not that she has to do that, because I know that she doesn't have to do that to um have her line be trendy, honestly, but like a lot of people have very mixed reviews about this brand because Gaga could sell anything. She could sell her poop and it would sell. Like, I'm serious. Like, people will buy anything that her name is attached to. And they were pretty disappointed in the brand because it's just kind of been, you know, very generic. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I still think the color stories are very pretty. I think this is a beautiful palette. But anyway, I mostly picked up this palette because I really wanted to see if the shimmers in here were way better than the ones in the Stupid Love palette, because the Stupid Love shimmers are very hard to work with. Like, I struggle working with those almost every time I use them. The mattes in that palette are wonderful. They are so super saturated. Those are some of the best blues that I've ever used. They're a killer, honestly. Like, her matte formula is amazing. It's just so soft and blendable, but her shimmer formula is where I don't really understand what they're doing with that. It could be much better. But I did swatch these when they came. All I've done is swatch the palette. I haven't been able to play with it on my eyes yet because, again, I've been using so many other palettes that I've been enjoying that I finally am able to dig into this one. So I think for the outer, the thing is that there's like no deepening mattes in here except for the black, and I don't really want to use black today. I'm kind of leaning towards this shade called So in Love. I just wish there was a like deepening brown or something in this palette, but there's not really any tones like that. I mean, I do like that there's a lot of pretty cool tones in here. I mean, you can create some beautiful looks with those, but it's like I don't want to use those like all the time, but I feel like that's the only other deepening shade in here. So I'm going to try using Diet 1, and that does work really nicely. I'm going to put that on. Yeah, that is really nice, actually. I don't usually mix warm tones with cool tones, but I might start now because I actually really like that. Yeah, that's pretty. That actually goes really nicely with my look, too. And it's kind of like an olivey green, dark brownish gray. It's a very unique color, actually. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's like a really dark, cool toned grayish green. It's really nice. And I'm just gonna put that on my outer corners. Yeah, I like that. That's really nice. So I mostly really want to play with the green shimmer today. So that's what we're gonna do on my lid. There are two beautiful green shades in here though, so we go to pick one. I pretty much know which one I'm gonna use though. Sorry, this mirror is so big that like sometimes I just hold it up like this and you're like, Caitlin, what are you doing? But these mattes have blended beautifully together. No issues with her mattes. I mean, mattes are not very hard to formulate, but I do think her mattes are really soft and pretty, so. Okay, so now I'm just gonna apply the brow bone highlight because there is a nice brow bone highlight in here and it's called Night and Day. And it's a really pigmented, like, matte white. Yeah, that's really nice. And I'm going to put that on my brow bone. I am going to film another video tonight, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to film this today, but I was kind of dying to jump into this palette, so I was like, why not? If you guys didn't know, I've been like a filming machine for October because I've just had so many palettes come in, but I've mostly after today, have filmed my first impressions for pretty much all of them. So now I just have to get them all up. So slowly but surely. So now I'm just going to apply some glitter glue and then we'll do the lid. And then for the lid shade, I'm going to go into that gorgeous green, which is called Nina. And I'm going to apply that all over my lid. I mean, these pick up really, really nicely already, so I want to see how this actually looks. Let me just come a little bit closer. Yeah, that's nice. Because I've said before that the Stupid Love shimmers are just such a struggle to work with. But this one seems to apply easier. That is such a pretty shade. Yeah, that's nice. It's very pretty on the eyes, but I can notice it is emphasizing some texture on my lid. Kind of a lot, to be honest. Do you see that? Which I'm not like a huge fan of. Usually most shimmers don't do that for me. And I don't really have super textured eyelids, so I don't really want it to emphasize that if I don't really have that, so that's a little bit weird. I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but at the same time, it's like, that's just what I've noticed. Just applying this for the first time. So I'm hoping not all the shimmers are like that. Because the Odin's Eye shimmers, when I apply those, it doesn't do that at all. They're very smooth. Some of the smoothest shimmers I've ever used, and most ColourPop shadows don't do that to me either. Or Glamlight, or anyone like that, or Kaleidos, or Give Me Glow. Like, all my favorite eyeshadow formulas don't do that necessarily, so. But this is definitely way easier to work with and pick up than the Stupid Love shimmers, so I do like that. And this is a stunning shade, so very nice and pigmented. All right, so I'm going to do my face and then come back and do the rest of the eyes. Okay, so now let's come back and do the rest of the eyes. So I went ahead and primed my face with the MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime in the scent Cucumber, and then I used my NYX Marshmallow Primer. These two scents just smell so good. Like, I've said this like a million times about this, but this one's a really subtle scent, and I really love that one. And then for my foundation, I used the Tarte Hydro Flex Serum Foundation in the shade 12N Fair, and then I used the coinciding concealer, the Tarte C Hydro Sealer in the shade Porcelain Sand. I don't know why in the minis of these that they don't have the same shades as they do to coincide with the concealers. I mean, obviously they want you to buy the full size in the foundation, so just answered my own question. I mean, I was just like, I don't know why, and then I'm like, oh, I do know why. So yeah, good job, Caitlin. So now we're gonna go back into the palette, and then I just set my face with the usual Becca Hydro Flex powder underneath my eyes, and then I used the Wet n Wild powder on my face. I think for the lower lash line, I would like to pull this shade into the lower lash line, and then I think I might use this shade on the inner corners, which is the signature shade, which is Love for Sale, or I might use Dream Dancing, which is a really pretty, like, light taupey color, or champagne-y color, not taupey color. This is why I don't describe shades, because I'm always so off. Okay, so I think I am going to use that same shade we used in the crease underneath the eyes. I don't get to smudge eyeshadow on my under eyes enough, but when I do, it always ties the look together so much more. Sometimes I just want something super natural and I'll just put a nude liner on my waterline and call it a day and put on a pop of shimmer on the inner corners, because it's like my favorite thing to do when I want like a really light eye look. But when I actually do it, I really like how it looks. And I've been kind of wanting to do, I wanted to do like a more subdued, like greeny, kind of darker pinky look. And this shade pretty much gives that to me, because it's like a dark purpley color. I don't even know how to describe it. It's really pretty though. It's like a brownish pink. And it's super pretty. Just gonna apply it a little bit more to the side. Okay, I really like that. And then for the inner corners, oh my god. Why is there so much shit here? It's driving me freaking bonkers right now. I don't even know what to do with these other Odin's eye brushes because I haven't used them yet. Okay, and then for the inner corners, which shade do I want to use? Oh, that's really pretty. Very, very torn because they're both gorgeous. Oh, that almost has like a little bit more of a reflective. What should I do? They're both so pretty. Maybe I'll just do Love for Sale, and then if it's too dark, I'll just pop on Dream Dancing over it. Let's try that. We're gonna do Love for Sale. Oh, that's stunning. Oh, wow. That's super pretty. I was afraid because it had too many sparkles that it might be more of like a topper shade that wouldn't show up as well, but that is beautiful. All right, I guess we're gonna go with that one. Wow, so far I really like the shimmers in here more, way more than the ones in the Stupid Love palette. I mean, they kind of had to step up the formula because it was not that great before. It was actually one of the worst shimmer formulas I've tried that I did try last year. Like even the Ace Beauté and the Estate and the Ofra were even better. Because at least they applied. They just weren't my favorite formula. The Stupid Love formula was like a struggle to get on my eyes. Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow, that's super pretty. I feel like with this palette, you can get some really pretty like glam looks in this palette, and I think it's going to be a really pretty one for whenever I get to use it again. I mean, I'm going to try and use it again tomorrow. Of course, I have like a lot of looks I want to do with the Odin's Eye palette still. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply mascara and stuff, and then we'll finish the face. Okay, so now I'm just applying some mascara. I figured just to jump back on and finish my face on camera, because, you know, there's not that many other products I want to apply, because I just have to do bronzer, blush, and highlight, and I wanted to do that on camera, so I figured I'd just pop on with my mascara. So I'm using the NYX on the Rise Mascara, and wow, this is really building up nicely today. It's getting a bit clumpy, but it's giving me some serious length today. So I do like that. I really love how this eye look is turning out. I think that this color combo was exactly what I wanted today, and it goes really good with my shirt. I was almost tempted to use the Odin's Eye Annette palette again today, but I was like, no, I have to use this palette. I've been dying to use it, so I don't know why that got super clumpy there. Really making my eye Oh my god. Can I just finish without everything being an annoyance? Okay. That's better. But I really feel like you can get some... Did I say this already? I don't know if I did. But I feel like you can get some really sophisticated, like, glam looks out of this palette. Like, I feel like it's such a pretty, like, evening, like, sultry, sexy palette. So, we'll see if I wear it out anywhere besides going to my boyfriend's house. But yeah, I do have to run some errands too. So that's the pandemic COVID life that we live in right now. But it's okay. I just hope we can get to the other side, hopefully, at some point, because it has not been easy. So it's been a really rough year for the past year or two, and I hope everybody's doing okay. I don't mean to not talk about it, but when I do, it just really upsets me because I'm just so upset for the world and our country right now. I just hope we can get to a better place. And I just hope that, you know, people can realize that we just keep on hurting other people, and why can't we just help other people? Because it results in people losing their lives, and I don't know why people don't understand that, or some people don't understand that. I mean, not everyone, sorry. But it's just like, at this point, it's just really scary, and I don't like our country right now, the state that we're in. It's not very good. So, I mean, but Biden was left with a mess, so we're not going to get into the rest of that. But, yeah, it's just, we're not going to get political right now, but it's just, it's scary that people don't understand that you're playing with people's lives. Why is it okay for a war to end lives, but not a pandemic that's literally killing us every day? It's not okay. So, yeah, I just hope we can all get to the other side. So, for the bronzer today, I'm going to use the Haus Labs bronzer. I love this bronzer in the shade Savannah. Just to use a couple more of her products. I definitely did not need that much because I forgot how pigmented this is. But again, I've said this like a million times, but these bronzer and blush and bronzer, blush, and highlight duos are so underrated. They are so beautiful, you guys. This is like one of the smoothest bronzers I've ever owned. It's just like butter applying it. If I could get my hair out of my face though, that would be great. I would use this highlighter today because it's so freaking gorgeous, but I'm going to use one of my Becca ones because I do want to get some more use out of that one. But this highlighter in Sun, oh, it's for fair skin tones, it is stunning. Stunning. It's so intense. Again, super underrated. It's a shame because people kind of just, you know, wrote off her brand when she just didn't come out with it. I mean, like, she lost people's interest as soon as she had the first launch of her brand. She should have launched an eyeshadow palette for her first launch or something a little bit more interesting. I mean, Fenty Beauty didn't launch an eyeshadow palette at first, but she definitely came out with a stronger release than Gaga did. Okay, so for my blush, I'm going to go into this Milani blush trio in Flowers of Love. Each of the shades, I don't think they have individual shade names, but I think I'm going to mix these two shades together, or I might just start with the middle shade and see if that's enough for me. Because I might just use that color. I don't want something too pinky. I just want something like kind of a subtle pink shade, and this is such a nice color. I need to rotate more of my, I mean, I have been rotating more of my blushes, but I want to use like more of like my pinkier tone blushes lately, so. And this one's a really pretty one. Oh, So nice. I don't think I need any more colors. I think I'm just gonna stick with that shade. But I love like the rose imprint on here. It's just so pretty. Milani makes killer cheek products. They're just some of the best at the drugstore. Okay, and then for the highlight, if I can get to it, I want to use my, oh my god, it's not even in the box, so there's just so much crap in this bag. These are still haul products that I haven't put away yet. That's what's in this bag. Okay, so for the highlight, I'm going to use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in the shade Rose Quartz. I'm not sure if I've used this on camera or not, but if I haven't, I'm using it today. So I did pick this up recently, and it's so damn beautiful. So I'm just going to take that and apply it to my cheeks. It's such a pretty, like, pinky, almost like whitish pink color. It's so gorgeous. Oh. It really looks like it's gonna pour today, but it doesn't say it's supposed to rain, but it looks super cloudy outside, so I hope it's not raining by the time I leave the house, because I have to leave in like 10 minutes. But I really think that this look turned out really like smoky and pretty, and like a really pretty like simple fall look. And I really like how it turned out. I think it's so pretty. Okay, so once we're done with that, I'm just going to spray my face and everything, and then we'll finish up with the lips. Okay, and then for the lips, what's really funny is that I ended up repurchasing this shade from Haus Labs because I ended up loving these matte lip crayons so much, and I love this lip color. It's one of my most worn nude shades this year. And I just loved it so much. And I ended up purchasing another one. So this is the Haus Labs lip crayon in the shade Dust. It's just like the perfect nude lip for me. And I think the one that I have is getting a little bit old at this point. So I decided to pick up another one. And I think I'm going to get rid of the other one. And I'm just going to apply that for my lip shade. I was thinking about using one of the lip creams, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like wearing a pink lip today. Of course, I can't see, but it's such a pretty color, right? And I love this formula. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Okay, you guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. I did wash my hair last night, so it's looking real shiny. So here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I really love how this look turned out. I think it's really, really pretty. I'm definitely looking forward to playing with this palette a little bit more. Again, I've just been having too many eyeshadow palettes come in right now, but I'm so glad I was at least able to dip into it today, and I think it's really, really pretty. So I am excited to create some more looks for you guys, but I think that the shadows just performed really well. And again, I think it just created a nice, soft, glam, sultry eye, and I think it's really pretty. So yeah, really love how this turned out. Love all the face products I used. I didn't really use anything new besides the highlighter from Becca, and of course I love this lipstick, and I think it goes perfectly with any look. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I did also pick up this shirt from Lucky yesterday. It's super duper comfy, and one of the most comfy graphic tees that I've gotten from lucky in a while. I end up always picking up all the online returns because I think that the online shirts are better than the ones in store usually. So I snatched up a few yesterday. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think of Haus Labs. Have you guys ever been interested in trying anything from the brand? Let me know. Do you think it's boring? I really would like to know what you guys think. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CPW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. I did just sell another eyeshadow palette like 2 days ago, so that was nice. I will try and list some more things on my Poshmark soon. I just have not had the time, so hopefully I will do that tonight. But I do have to film a Halloween look tonight, so don't know if it's going to happen tonight. So yeah, I love you guys. Bye!